Hi everybody. So up next is this quilt. It's from the same book, Quilting Quickly. Blech. The reason I bought it was because of this right here. There were 9 quilts using pre-cut 2.5-inch strips. I don't necessarily buy the pre-cut ones. I kind of make my own. So I saw this as I was flipping through it, and I thought, well, this works pretty good for me. And they have traditional 9 patches, 4 patches, and strips here that are 2.5 by 4.5. So I thought I'd share it with you. It's called Cross Check. And here's the actual layout. So there's a 9 patch in the center, and then these 4 patches off to the sides in the corners, and then you have the strips here in the center. So it finishes to about, hang on, let me check. They'll finish to about 14.5 inches, so you don't need as many of them to make a full-size quilt. This one finishes to, let me see if I can find the measurement for you here. Hang on. Okay, here it is laid out. I sewed these together because I had enough of the same color. Here's my crazy 9 patch. It's kind of a 9 patch. And there's 9 pieces to it. And then here are my 4 patches in the corners. And now I'm going to sew it together and call it a day. Now the next one, when I do it, these pieces here aren't going to be matching. They'll be whatever I happen to pull out of the bin. But I wanted to put one together to show it to you. I'll go ahead and stitch it up and press it, and then I'll show you the finished block. Okay, here it is. I really like this block a lot. It was super easy to put it together, and I got to use a lot of fabrics. And what's going to be really cool is the strips that's going to go here and the cornerstones that are going to go here are just going to be more scraps. So I'm really excited about the scrappiness of it. I do like the red in here and how it's kind of uniform, but I can't promise I would do that in every single quilt block because I just don't have enough pieces. But I really like the way it turned out. I can't wait to make more, and I'll show you the finished product once I'm done. So if you need the measurements, because I don't know if the book's available, these are 2.5-inch squares, and it's just a basic 4-patch. When you cut these, all the strips are 2.5 inches, but this is 2.5 inches strips sewn together, and then it's 6.5 by 4.5, because it has to be 6.5 here to match this, and it has to be 4.5 over here to match this. And that's pretty much it. This is a 9 patch, again, all 2.5-inch squares. If I do the math easy enough, the 2.5 inches helps me do it because I'm very familiar with it and I can do the math pretty quick. So there you have it. And if you need to know how wide it's going to be, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14.5 inches. And you always add the 1/2 inch because that's your sewing on each of the sides. All right. Well, hope that makes sense. Talk to y'all later.